The sun hadn't fully risen yet. Outside the village, in a field of trash, a thin, frail man wearing a torn shirt was searching through heaps of garbage with an old sack in his hand. His name was Farouk, known by the villagers as the Lazy One. Children laughed as they pointed. Look, look! Here comes the garbage man! Farouk didn't say a word. He quietly moved aside. At his home, there was no stove, no one to talk to. His wife had left years ago, taking their 2 children with her. Since then, Farouk had lived alone in his broken-down hut. That day, like every other, Farouk rummaged through the piles of trash. Suddenly, something unusual caught his eye. A large sack, completely new. No dirt, no stains. It was tightly tied with a strong rope. Who could have left this? Farouk whispered to himself. When he tried to pull it, he realized it was heavy. He thought it might be old clothes. Looking around to make sure no one was watching, he dragged the sack to a hidden corner. When he untied it, his breath caught. Inside were stacks of cash wrapped in plastic, bundles of brand new 500 taka notes. His eyes sparkled, his hands began to tremble. He opened one bundle and counted 100,000 taka. The entire sack must be worth around 30-40 million taka. He was stunned. Does anyone really leave behind so much money? He wondered. Suddenly fear gripped his heart. Could this be someone rich or a politician or even mafia money? Sweating from fear, Farouk nevertheless brought the sack into his home. He locked the door behind him and sat on the floor, repeatedly peeking to make sure no one had followed him. Finally, he summoned the courage to open the sack again. The sight of the money made his eyes shine, but fear lingered. What if someone finds out? What if the police come? He couldn't sleep that night. By morning, he decided he would take one bundle to pay for his medical treatment. The next day, when Farouk visited the doctor treated him with respect for the first time. The doctor prescribed medicine and said, "Your condition can be treated." For the first time in years, a genuine smile appeared on Farouk's face. From that day, his life began to change. He took some money from the sack to repair his roof and fix the walls. The neighbors were surprised. How did this garbage man suddenly change so much? Then he opened a small shop, selling lentils, rice, oil, and salt. Sitting behind the counter with a smile, he asked everyone, "What do you need, brother?" Slowly, the shop began to thrive. A few months later, he opened a small warehouse, bought an old truck, and started distributing goods. Now the villagers called him Farouk Lal, as if he were a big businessman. Yet inside, fear never left Farouk. One night, while watching the news, he heard, "Millions of takas stolen from a wealthy man's house." The thief hid the money on the run. Police haven't found it yet. Farouk's heart skipped a beat. Could my sack be that very money? He couldn't sleep all night. He realized that this money could both save him and destroy him. He made a vow he would use it for good. First, he repaired the old village mosque. Then he decided to open a free school for poor children. The entire village was astonished. The man who once collected garbage had now become the pillar of the community. Farouk didn't stop. He expanded his business, provided jobs, and began donating generously. He gifted a large house and a hotel in London to his first wife and children. Everyone now respectfully called him Farouk Mia. But at night, when the world grew silent, he would sit beside that old sack, close his eyes, and think, "This money has given me so much, but has it brought me peace?" Only the silence of the walls answered him.